Hi guys, Andrew Medlam back with another video, and yes, I am still on a mission to deliver you guys the right information that's going to get you from where you are over the bridge so you can start experiencing that business and lifestyle that you love. So in this video I want to talk to you a little bit on a one-to-one basis, and I hopefully within the message inside this video I'm going to help you make some kind of a transformation to be able to move forward. And I want to start this video off with a story. Have you ever been to the zoo? Have you ever been to the zoo and you've walked past little baby elephants and they've had a massive heavy cast iron chain wrapped around their little ankles tied to a massive tree? And you've walked past and you thought, why on earth have they tied such a massive thick cast iron chain around a little baby elephant's ankle tied to a massive tree? The baby elephant possibly couldn't even lift its leg up to even move the chain, let alone break away from this massive oak tree. And that might have been like a psychological why? Well, they do that for a reason, because then you might carry on walking down the park in the same zoo, and you might see a massive full-grown adult elephant with just a piece of string or rope around its ankle, just tied to a small twig. And you're thinking, well, that doesn't make sense, because that elephant can easily just, with one little move, just pull that stake out of the ground and just trample over everybody, cars and anything that's around, break through all fences. Yet it doesn't. And why is that? Because from an early age, that baby elephant has been conditioned that it can't move. See, that baby elephant would have consistently tried to get away from that chain, but it couldn't. It couldn't even move its leg because the chain was that heavy and the tree was that big that it could never move away. As the elephant grew older, as it became a teenager, if that's what elephants do, and they want to have a bit more fun, then they might have been able to start to move the chain, but they still can't get away from the massive oak tree. So in the end, what happens is the elephant stops trying. It stops trying to move the chain. It stops trying to get away from the tree because it realizes it can't do it, because it's tried that many times that it's just conditioned that it can't move. So by the time the elephant becomes an adult and is tied just to a small twig and is tied to or a stake in the ground and he's got just a bit of a rope wrapped around his ankles, it doesn't even try, because he's tried that many times in the past and failed, that what's the point in trying again? I don't know if you've heard that story before, but it's all conditioning, and this is what we as adults have been conditioned on a daily basis to put us into a position where we don't actually move forward. Even though we say we want the business and lifestyle that we would ultimately love, for a lot of people it's just dreams, pipe dreams and imagination, but they don't actually move forward. You see, what happens, as I said earlier on, each of my days are spent with business coaches, consultants, corporates, whether in front of them or on Skype, and we strategize. We find out what their 10x opportunity is, and then we reverse engineer all the way back to present date, so they know the timeline that they're on, and they know the milestones that they're hitting and everything else in between. So, because generally, I've just drawn my blackboard, as a metaphor, as business owners, we want to make a transition from island number one, let's call this an island number one, onto island number two. Now, island number one is where you are presently at, in business, in health, in wealth, in lifestyle, in friendships, in relationships, in mindset. This is island number one. And all the way around island number one, you've got sharks swimming, you've got piranhas, you've got deadly seas, you've got negative interactions, and this is island number one. Desperately, we want to get onto island number two. Island number two, surrounded by palm trees, sun, ocean, nice relaxing waves. You've got the health, you've got the wealth, the financial aspect, you've got the relaxation, stress-free, no anxiety, a great business, you're dealing with clients that you love, you are able to increase your fees by 400% like I did last year. You're able to really experience a better business and a better lifestyle, not just for you, but for your family as well. So for you to be able to get from island number one onto island number two, we need to be able to bridge the gap. Now, bridging the gap is the strategy, and that's what I do. So we'll find out the 10x opportunity and a reverse engineer, just like I said earlier on. So this is the gap, the bridge is the strategy that's going to get people there. So with motivation and everything else, and as you'll realise, I will never make an artist, and I don't want to make an artist. In fact, what I'll do, I'll just sign it off. If anyone wants to take a photograph and sell it, I'm only joking. So we're on the bridge to producing success to get onto island number two. But what happens, sometimes, some people make it, some people just storm over that bridge and they're just going alpha level, they're just like focused, laser focused, and they absolutely go for it. They're smashing it and they get there, and all the hard work and the obstacles and the challenges, yes, they're still going to come across them, but they're just super focused on their end game plan, and they just go for it like a rhinoceros. Some people don't actually get there. Why? And it's not because they've not got a vision, it's not because they've not got any goals or aspirations, or it's not because you're lazy, or it's not because you are not motivated. And I hope some of you guys are getting this. I'm not sure if this is where you are. You're probably sat there thinking, yes, I've experienced it. I've experienced this myself. If you're sat there now on your computer, on your iPad, or your smartphone, and you're agreeing with it, if you are nodding your head, you're just the same as me, because I used to be on island number one, and I had to get a strategy, but it wasn't easy, you see. Like some people, I kind of fell off, and I stopped, and I realised that there were things that kept appearing in my life that wasn't letting me continue on the strategy, on the journey. So it's not all about strategizing, it's about helping people grow and prosper. You see, what stops people from actually getting onto island number two is this. And if you can't read that for some reason, that is story. We've all got an internal story that we tell ourselves each and every day. Now, just going back to that baby elephant tried and couldn't move, couldn't escape. As much as he tried, he could not move. And then when he grew up to be an adult, he thought, so what? I can't move. Because his mind was conditioned that he couldn't move. Yeah, he could, but it's an elephant. Elephants are not designed to think like that. As humans, we are designed, we can recondition ourselves. So you've got a story in your head, just like the baby elephant, but you've got a story in your head that's conditioning you from stopping you moving forward. 9 times out of 10, them stories are internal stories that you are only telling yourself. Unless you're around really negative people that are not supporting you, then, guys, I'm telling you, run away fast. Because you need to be around positive people who's going to help you, motivate you, inspire you to grow and to develop. You need to be on a terrain where you can grow. And if you're not around people that's enabling you to do that, then run. You see, the stories that you're telling yourselves all in you back. Because if you are surrounded by positive people and you're not growing, then it's only you that's stopping yourself. There might be negative stories. They're saying that you're worthless, you haven't got the confidence, you're not as good as X, Y, Z, you can't put yourself across like what they put themselves across, and it stops you from achieving the business and life that you ultimately want to achieve. And this is what I want to ask you now, because I want you to think about this, and I want to ask yourself a question. The stories that you are asking yourself, how true are they? How true are them stories? Are they really true? Are they 100% true that you are not worthy, that you can't deliver, that you are not as good as, you can't achieve that business and lifestyle that you love? Everything that you tell yourself, is that true? Because I bet it's not. I bet it's not. I bet that they're just stories that you've created over time for some reason that's just keeping you inside your comfort zone. If I just quickly rub this off, just bear with me guys, because this will become obvious. This is you. Again, not the best drawer. And this is your comfort zone. And you'll be able to relate to this, the baby elephant inside the comfort zone. And every time you try to move, stretch, reposition the health, the wealth, the happiness, the lifestyle, the fitness, you'll start the diet, and then 2 weeks later you'll quit. You'll start a fitness program, 3 weeks later you'll quit. You'll start a financial report, and then you'll stop doing it. And everything is on a pattern, just going round and round and round and round. And this is your story that you keep telling yourself. And that pattern, you need to break it. You see, for you to have success, you need to be living in the comfort zone that's bigger than you currently live in. You need to be bouncing outside your comfort zone. And the way to do that is to change your story. Whatever it is that you're telling yourself now, that you can't do X, Y, Z, you're not good enough for experiencing the luxuries, the lifestyle, the business, the health and wealth. You can. You just need to change your story, because it's not true. Flip them stories 360 degrees and tell yourself that you are good enough, you are better than X, Y, Z. You know, you can produce results. People do want to work with you. Flip them stories and say to yourself, well, wait a minute, what if this is actually not true? What if out of all the few years that I've been telling myself these stories, that I've been lying to myself? These are just pure lies. And change those stories around. The next time a negative story comes into your head, abolish it. Stop it and abolish it. There's a few of us at the minute in time online, and we're creating a test. So we've got 2 Tupperware boxes, and on one Tupperware box we've put some gaffer tape around the edge, and we've wrote really positive words on it, so like success, enthusiasm, motivation, inspiring. We've wrote all motivated positive words on the tape. On the other box, same tape, but we put negative words around the tape. We've cooked some boiled rice, or boiled some rice, and the same rice we've just separated it and put it into each Tupperware box, put the lid on it once it's cooled down, and store it away. Now this was an experiment that was done a few years ago, and the results were unbelievable. Do it for yourself. So just put the rice away in a dark cupboard, it doesn't matter where it is, and each week just go back and just monitor the rice, individual rice. And what will be apparent on the 4th or 5th week, or even a little bit longer, that the Tupperware box that's got negative words wrapped around it will create more fungus a lot quicker than the one that's got the negative words around it. And that's food. And that's food. So it just goes to show you the universe will deliver whatever you are surrounded with. Whatever it is that you're telling yourself, the universe will deliver that. I hope this video has been interesting to you. I hope inside this video there's been some golden nuggets that's going to be able to make you sit up and say, thank you, Andrew. I'm going to take this on board and I'm going to start changing. I'm going to start moving towards island number 2 to get away from island number 1. I'd like some comments. Underneath this video there's a Facebook chat box, and you don't have to, when you comment on this box, it doesn't go onto Facebook, it just sticks here. But write down any comments from the video, write down any emotions that you're going through at the minute, what you think is holding you back, and the next step that you're going to take that's going to move you forward. Thanks for watching this video. In a few days time I'm going to over deliver with some more information, so I look forward to speaking to Sam. Until then, have a great day.